Welcome to Country Kickback, where you'll hear the latest music from performers you already know and discover new music and artists from around the world. If you have an artist you'd like us to chat with, reach out to the team at countrykickback.com, or you can watch our live videos and more by following us on social media and YouTube. Here is your host, Danny Shaw, with the latest from Country Kickback.
Hello, and we're back again. We're a few minutes early. You know who I am, but this is my niece, Caitlin. She's going to join us tonight. Hello, Caitlin.
Hi.
Thank you for joining.
No problem.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah. Caitlin, have you got any friends that are watching you want to say hello to?
There should be a couple, maybe.
Grandma, mum, maybe?
Yeah.
So we've just had Johnny Taylor live with us. We had a bit of a chat with him, and he might pop in a few more minutes and say hello again. But in a minute, we're going to have a chat to Adam Brand. You've probably heard of him before. He's got a new single out we want to have a talk to him about. So if you've got questions, pop them in the comments, and if we can, we'll get to some of them. Can you see there's people there saying hello? So hi, Susan. Hi. I don't know, T.A. Jones. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But anyway, we might welcome Adam into the room. Hi.
Hey, hello.
It's not been long since I've seen you. What have you been up to in the last month?
Oh, just like detoxing from the last Tassie trip, basically.
It's always a bit full on down here, isn't it? We wear you out.
It's always a party, but it's a wonderful party. That's actually, to tell you the truth, the boys and I always look forward to coming back down there. So we're pretty pumped.
You're pretty pumped. Well, you're heading back.
Tomorrow,
yeah. How exciting.
Yeah, that's Saturday. The show is on Saturday.
It is.
And the town's name is?
Rosebery. We're playing at Rosebery.
Okay, now I needed to hear you say it because I was going to say Roseberry, or how locals always have the way of pronouncing it. So I said it the wrong way. So Rosebery.
It's a bit like Launceston. It's like everyone calls it Launceston. They get in trouble. It's Launceston.
Yeah, not Launceston.
No.
Okay, yeah. Rosebery. Okay.
Yes, we're going to Rosebery. So we're going, a long way away into sort of a very small town. And I think there were 800 people originally, and it was booked out within a couple of days. So it was pretty incredible. Pretty good. Be a good night, I think.
Fantastic.
Brenda from Yenda saying hi. And
G'day,
Rel's in the room. Hi, Rel. I work with Rel, so she's watching. Jonathan's there. There's lots of people popping in. You've been busy with songwriting.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, when you say you've been busy, when you say that to an artist, it's usually they've been on tour, all over the countryside, that kind of stuff. But I haven't done much of that at all. No. But I certainly have been spending time, writing in the studio, that kind of stuff. When I say I've been spending that time, it was before Christmas. Yes. When I was in Perth doing my whole Road to Gold trip, I spent quite a bit of time in the studio there, just because I had the time, and I was loving it. And this is the first single, the first song that came out of those songwriting and recording sessions in Perth on that trip, on our big, family trip. And I've got a few more, in the pipeline that's waiting, that'll come out. But it's exciting to have the first one out from that period of time.
It's a great song. So the single's I'm Coming Home. I know Caitlin's got a question to ask about that song.
What inspired you to write I'm Coming Home?
Caitlin, as we've all experienced in this last sort of 12, 18 months, the world's gone a bit crazy, right? And people have been locked out of countries and locked out of states. Some people couldn't even get across to the next state to see, family members who were sick, or that they were just, hadn't visited for a long time, or seen their mum or their daughter, or all those type of things. And when you can't go somewhere like that, I think it really pulls on your heart, and that you just, I just want to go home. You know, this feeling. I don't know, Caitlin, if you've been away, you know, if you've gone away from home for a couple of weeks on a holiday or something, towards the end of that, you know, the end of that time, you just go, I just want to be home with my own bed. Yeah. So magnify that by 100 times, which is whatever the world's gone through. Yeah. And so that's what this song's about. It's about really wanting to be home with someone you love and special, and some, you know, back home where you feel safe and comfortable and everything's familiar. So it's about that feeling of just needing and really aching to be home, you know?
Yeah.
What a good question.
Great question. Yeah.
So have you had a lot of response from this single?
Yeah, it's been going really, really lovely, you know. I think probably, you know, we're all fairly emotional, you know, a little more raw at this time after all of the craziness, and so, you know, when you speak about something that we can all identify with and all emotionally tap into, then, you know, it seems to that it means a bit more, you know. So this song has got a lot of meaning, and there's a lot of people sort of pouring their hearts out, and, you know, in messages saying what it's about. So yeah, it's nice. It's been received well.
That's great. So if you haven't heard it already, head over and when we're finished and look for I'm Coming Home. It's a great song and you can find it on all music platforms. Is there more coming this year?
There will be, but actually just what you said there reminded me, on all music platforms. Now, Caitlin's probably on TikTok. You're on TikTok?
No, I'm not allowed. No socials, nothing.
Oh, okay. Actually, that's pretty smart.
But TikTok, TikTok is in my list of about.
I'm not allowed anything.
No.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually pretty smart. But
it is.
I seem like the random odd person at school, not having anything. People talk about all this stuff.
Yeah, it's not. You know, it's not odd. You know what it is? It's unique.
It is. That's exactly right. Exactly right.
Stand out from the crowd. But anyway, there seems to be that, and, you know, I'm a bit old to know how to use the buttons on TikTok, but TikTok's they've added the song as one of their sounds.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Yeah, so TikTok.
Yeah, but they've added I'm Coming Home.
Nice.
They've added the song, so now there's a whole bunch of all these people putting clips up of things with I'm Coming Home behind it, and it's like, wow, okay, I'm one of the cool kids now because I'm on TikTok.
Wait till Pepper's on it. She'll start playing your song.
No. I think I'm going to follow Caitlin's lead. Not that
many. No.
Yeah.
Now, Caitlin, you've got another question for
us. What is the best thing about being a successful music artist?
It's most definitely the fact that I get to do this for my living. And so there's always different definitions of success. You know, people will say, okay, you're successful if you sell this many millions, or you get this many million streams, or number ones, or all those sort of things. But I don't think that that's the definition, you know, because there's always going to be someone selling more than you and bigger and more famous and all that kind of stuff. So my definition of successful is the fact that I'm very lucky to be able to call this my job.
Yeah.
So for me, that is the greatest thing to do with success for me, is that I don't actually have to do another job if I don't want to. I can just concentrate on music, and I feel very lucky that that's the case.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what we've got to do. We've just got to enjoy everything we do. Think ourselves
Find
lucky.
something that you love and passionate about, and then make that your living, and then you'll never really work.
Exactly. No, I know that we've got Johnny in the room waiting, but before we do, you've got a couple of interesting things coming up. You're heading in a caravan, you're heading off camping.
Yes. Doing we're calling it the Good Friends Road Trip. So a whole bunch of us, about 30 odd caravanners and people in RVs and campers, and we're all doing this little trip for 10 days at all these different venues, and no one knows where those venues are and what's happening each night apart from me. So it's kind of it's a little bit of a mystery tour, surprise tour, but there is music every night. There's some surprise guests. I've got people who are actually on the tour for the whole time.
Yes.
And just to let you know that there's a couple of people that you know who are going to be on the tour the whole time. One of them is Matty Cornell. I tried to kick him off it, but he wouldn't. He said he's coming anyway. So he's coming. And also our next guest, Johnny Taylor. I've bent his arm backwards, and he's a big fellow, so it took a bit of bending. But I've bent him, and he's coming along. I
might have to find a way, but I'd only be bringing a swag, no caravan.
Yeah, it's winter time, so good luck with that.
A bit wet and a swag, yeah. Now, speaking of Johnny Taylor, he's actually sitting down there very patiently waiting, so we might bring him in to have a bit of a chat. Hello.
Hi again.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Yo, my man.
Hey, Brandy.
He's even dressed up for you.
Yeah, I actually went straight to the bathroom after the interview, which is probably the wrong time, just to make sure I didn't have to get paint or potato chips on my T-shirt. We're all clear.
I think I've got a bit of pepper dribble on mine somewhere, but that's all right.
I have no doubt.
Now, you two have been busy. So you were telling us a minute ago about I'm Coming Home being one of the songs coming out of your trip to WA, but there's another song released, and that's also out of your trip to WA. So Johnny's just released Hippie Dressed.
Yeah.
Tell us about both of you writing this song.
How good is this song, Danny? It's
yes.
You know, I think Johnny's done an exceptional job in producing it, singing it, and also capturing the video. The video, I love the video, mate. It's you know, and it's you and Nicole, and it's around your home, your farm, and it's just so real, you know. It's awesome. But yeah, look, this was a lot of fun, you know. As you guys already know, I'm a bit of a million miles a minute sort of person, and you know, I'm not content with doing one thing. So I was driving this coaster bus, and there was a whole bunch of us in there going to do a gig in Kew in Western Australia, and I said, Johnny, come up here, we got some ideas. Let's write a song, you know. So yeah, that's what we did. We wrote a song on the way there, and it was this is it. And to have it, that's the beauty too of our industry. Something can come out of nowhere, and within a mere few months, it's real and tangible and on screens and coming out of radio stations, you know. So it's really cool. It's really cool to see that.
That's exactly what I was saying to Danny before when she asked about the direction of the song, because it's so different to what I normally do. And I just said how beautiful and organic it seemed that if I'm going to write an upbeat country rock song, I'm sitting next to the right guy to do it. And it just kind of unfolded so beautifully. Like there's no point trying to fight that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very authentic, you know, because it's and almost from a fly on the wall point of view. I'm sitting on the side there just watching Johnny and Nicole, just how they interact. They weren't on show, they were just doing their thing, you know, just being who they are. And I was sitting there going, man, these guys have got a vibe. They're vibing even when they're not vibing, they're vibing, you know. We've got to write about that, you know, and that's where inspiration comes from, is from what you feel and see around you.
It's so good. It's interesting hearing the two of you talking about the song, and tonight I've spoken to Johnny earlier about it, but you guys have obviously got this feel from writing the song and the story behind it and doing it on the bus and your memories. It's interesting to see other people's memories and thoughts that come in for the song on the other side of it now that it's out there.
What kind of feedback have you been getting, Johnny?
Oh, it's been awesome, man. The most common comment is how nice it is to have something upbeat and positive from me. You know, I'm a pretty broody guy. You wouldn't think so because I'm wearing my cute yellow T-shirt today, but that's been the most beautiful thing, and I'm very grateful to you, Adam, because I've always wanted to do something like that. Yeah. But it's been so unnatural, and I feel like, you know, you pushed me quite a few times that day when we were writing it. Just keep going with it, just keep fighting forward. Yeah. And that was really cool, because otherwise I'll sit on my own in a dark room with an acoustic guitar, and I write songs that directly reflect that environment. So
yeah. Do you think it'll change how you write now? Do you think it'll change what you're doing and how you're writing your music?
it's going to be very hard to ignore the positive feedback that's coming in. Yeah, it would be a shame to have all this wonderful positive feedback and then just go straight back to doing sad power ballads again. It would be a waste of momentum, I feel. So, I mean, you can never predict where your writing goes, as you know, Brandy. It just unfolds so naturally. But there's certainly this sort of music has certainly piqued my interest in areas that hadn't been piqued before.
Yeah. And there's room for everything. You know, we're all just such a melting pot of emotions. Yeah. I look like I'm happy all the time, but you look through all my albums. There's some dark songs scattered through that sort of stuff, because we all go to those dark places where sometimes we just want to crawl under a rock, and we and we let that out in music. So we write about those things, but I think it's about balance for me. Is choosing when to let out the stuff that's ripping your heart out, and then choosing when to go, you know what, I'm pretty happy now, so I'm going to write about that. It's a balancing act, I think. Yeah.
Do you find that helps you writing about these things? Does it help you stay in that motion, that happy motion, when you're writing about your happy places?
Look, I guess I'm a pretty upbeat person all the time, so I'm always looking for the glass half full perspective on things. But when I do, and this maybe sound weird, but when I do write really heart-wrenching things, it's always when I'm my most happiest.
Yes. Right.
And it's strange. It's strange because I'm really happy. I go, right, and then I start going into this dark place, and I dive down the hole. Okay, and then I go, right, quick, let's get out of there. Back to happy.
Yeah. It's going back down to reminding yourself of that feeling, but I guess that's a good thing too, because it makes you realize how happy you are in that moment normally.
Sure. Yeah.
That's right.
I think you nailed it. Sorry, Danny. I think you nailed it. Talking about finding the flow, and when it comes naturally. With I'm Coming Home, I was kind of expecting something super upbeat and bangerish and country rock, and I was really quite impressed with how emotional the song was.
Yes.
But without being a down feeling song, like all the emotion was there, but it was still kind of felt good,
Yeah.
And that's a wicked balancing act to pull off.
Absolutely, yeah.
And with that, it's be so easy to focus on the, oh my God, I'm away from home and this feels really bad,
Yeah.
And I wanted to have the feeling of, I'm almost home. I'm almost through the worst of it, and I'm coming home to this great stuff. And that's, so that was again the balancing act,
Yeah. Absolutely. It's interesting because when, the other day when you were down here, you were having fun down here, but you could tell that when you'd ring home and you knew when you're coming home. So you were having fun, but then you had something to look forward to as well. It's interesting seeing that, and then hearing the song afterwards. It was,
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I don't like to leave home for too long these days. I sent Johnny a little photo today of Pepper, and the song Two Long Legs and a Hippie Dress, and I sent him a little photo of my little Pepper in a little pair of hippie pants, little tie-dye. I said 2 short legs and hippie pants.
That made my day, mate. I was having such a feral, grumpy day, and then that photo goes, this is just what I needed to see today. It was awesome.
Next, we'll have a song about that next, Johnny. We'll have a song about that one.
Exactly.
Your turn. There's lots of people popping into the room saying hi. Shannon's in the room. That's your mum.
Yep.
Hello, Mum.
And Brenda said that she's actually quite surprised, Adam, that you can use TikTok.
Yeah. Well, just because the song is on TikTok doesn't mean I know how to use it.
Well, he explained it pretty well.
He did, didn't he?
Thanks.
Are you on TikTok, Johnny?
No, I'm probably a generation behind it as well.
I after you guys were down, I set up an account and I haven't opened it since.
I can be a star at it.
So that's as far as it's going to go for me, I think, TikTok. Yeah.
I've got a Twitter.
when we go on this Good Friends road trip, Johnny, and by the way, I've just told everyone you're coming on.
We know.
You're in.
That's out.
Secret's out.
So Logan, my drummer, he's like a millennial, he's like early 20s. He knows all about TikTok, so he set it up for me. So he'll get you going too. Okay.
There you go.
Bro, I could get you going.
You could. Yeah. You could. I'm looking forward to Johnny's getting going on TikTok.
It'll be all horses and probably horses, I'd imagine, on mine.
That'll be lovely. Great way to do it. Well, we have taken up a lot of your night, especially you, Johnny. Thank you so much for being so patient and
my pleasure.
This. Thank you, Adam, for spending time. We will catch up with you tomorrow and Saturday. So we might do a couple of lives from down there. So that'll be exciting.
Pleasure.
Back on a plane.
No worries at all. Good to see you again, JT. I'll see you soon in a couple of months, eh?
I'll look forward to it, mate. Cheers.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back again on Tuesday night with Josh Orange, and we'll see you over the weekend with a few lives and different things from around the state that we're doing. But thank you both for joining us, and we'll see you again very soon.
Cool. Thanks, Danny. Thanks, Caitlin.
See ya.
Thank you for listening. We hope you've enjoyed today's program. See you next time with the latest with Country Kickback.